Welcome to the 2015 State of the County Address. Please welcome to the stage Central Florida Hotel and Lodging Association President and CEO, Rich Maladecki.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, happy Friday, and welcome to the State of the County Address, presented by our Mayor, the Honorable Teresa Jacobs. On behalf of the citizens of Orange County and our 62 million visitors to the destination, CFHLA is honored to continue the partnership with Orange County government relating to producing this important annual community message. May I open today's program, please, by recognizing our 2015 State of the County corporate sponsors. These respected Central Florida businesses continue to demonstrate a commitment of supporting and advancing our region and our economy. Bright House Networks, today's presenting sponsor. LMG Event Technology, today's presenting audiovisual sponsor. Bags, Hospitality and Parking Services. The Mears Transportation Group. Orlando Health. OUC, the reliable one. Professional Marketing Solutions. SeaWorld Parks and Resorts, Summit Broadband, Tavistock Development Company, Universal Orlando Resort, and Walt Disney World Parks and Resorts. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now collectively thank and recognize these businesses for sponsoring today's program. Additionally, allow me to acknowledge the Hyatt Regency Orlando International Airport, today's food and beverage partner. It is now my privilege to welcome our elected leaders. As I call each name, may I invite that individual to stand, and please remain standing so that we may collectively acknowledge all individuals at the conclusion of the introductions. Orange County Commissioner, District 1, Scott Boyd. Orange County Commissioner, District 2, Brian Nelson. Pete Clark, Orange County Commissioner, District 3. Jennifer Thompson, Orange County Commissioner, District 4. Victoria Siplin, Orange County Commissioner, District 6. Tiffany Moore Russell, Orange County Clerk of the Courts. Orange County Comptroller, Martha Haney. Orange County Property Appraiser, Rick Singh. Orange County Tax Collector, Scott Randolph. Bill Cowles, Orange County Supervisor of Elections. Fred Lawton, Chief Judge, 9th District Court. Jeff Ashton, State Attorney, 9th District Court. Orange County School Board Chairman, Bill Sublette. Orange County School Board Member, District 2, Darrell Flynn. Orange County School Board Member, District 5, Pamela Gould. From the City of Apopka, Mayor Joe Kisheimer. Billy Dean, City of Apopka Commissioner, Seat 1. City of Apopka Commissioner, Seat 2, Diane Velasquez. City of Apopka Commissioner, Seat 3, Sam Ruth. City of Edgewood, Council President John Dawes. City of Maitland, Mayor Dale McDonald. Joseph McMullen, Town of Oakland, Commissioner, Seat 4. City of Orlando, Commissioner, District 1, Jim Gray. Town of Windermere, Mayor Gary Bruin. Bobby Olszewski, City of Winter Garden, Commissioner, District 3. Sarah Sprinkle, City of Winter Park, Vice Mayor. Carolyn Cooper, City of Winter Park, Commissioner, Seat 3. Welton Cadwell, Lake County Commissioner, District 5. Lee Constantine, Seminole County Commissioner, District 3. Cynthia Ellenberg, Orange County Soil and Water Supervisor, and Daisy Morales, Orange County Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor. Lastly, if I missed an elected official, may I invite you to stand at this time. And ladies and gentlemen, now let us collectively recognize these fine Central Florida leaders. At this time, may I invite you please to stand for the presentation of colors by Orange County's bravest, the Orange County Fire Rescue Department Honor Guard, the Pledge of Allegiance led by Sergeant Juan Velasquez, who is a combat engineer completing a tour in Iraq and a tour in Afghanistan, who currently volunteers at Fairways for Warriors, a nonprofit organization that helps service members cope with the trauma of battle after they return from active duty, followed by the singing of the national anthem performed by The Voice Season 6 contestant Sassandra Lewis.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to please remain standing and welcome to the stage Dr. David Youth, Senior Pastor at First Baptist Orlando, to offer today's invocation.
I'm glad he did that so I didn't have to. Hey, would you join me as we pray together? Father, this is a great day. It's a day you made, so we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. And today we are blessed to live in Central Florida, Lord, and to be led by leaders like Mayor Jacobs. Father, we thank you for the heart of a leader that cares and represents you in so many ways and has the desire to see this community come together to solve some of the challenging issues that we face. So I pray, Father, that today you would give her wisdom. Lord, give her peace as she communicates the vision that you've placed in her heart. God, we thank you for those that have fought and served so that we are free here in Central Florida. We thank you for the privilege to live in a land like this nation, a home of the brave, a home of the free. And God, may it ever be so. And we know that all that we have and all we enjoy here is because of you, your grace. Without you, we're nothing. We have nothing. But you have been gracious to us. You have blessed us. And even this day is a blessing. So we thank you for the moments we have together. Fill them, I pray, with meaning and significance. And God, may this be the beginning of a great season of change. And God, may we see your kingdom come here on earth as it is in heaven. We pray this in Jesus' wonderful name. Amen.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2015 State of the County Address.
Each of us makes decisions, some big, some seemingly small, that affect not only the course of our own lives, but the course of the lives of those around us. I am determined to create an Orange County government that our citizens can and do believe in.
Our local performers need a home, and they need a home they can be proud of, and a home we can all enjoy. We are here to build the best community we can. A community where all can flourish today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a great look back at the last 4 years. It's gratifying to see what we've accomplished together. But more than anything, I think that the last 4 years have been transformative because of the historic achievements we've realized through partnership and collaboration. To each and every one of you here today and the thousands that have helped along the way, I offer my heartfelt appreciation for the part that you have played. And speaking of historic achievements, how about this incredible center? How many of you are here for the first time? I hope there's a lot of you here for the first time, because this is absolutely amazing. Please join me in recognizing Ken Robinson, Jim Henson, the Dr. Phillips Charities, Jim and Alexis Pugh, not only for their incredibly generous financial contribution, but for their work as champions for this project. The Walt Disney World Company, Jim Seneff and CNL, the DeVos family, and so many other miracle workers who have helped to lead the largest philanthropic effort that our community has ever seen. Join me in saying thank you. And how about this magnificent Walt Disney World Theater? Truly magical. Walt Disney World, your contributions to Central Florida have added a whole new dimension to the happiest place on earth. Thank you for making this dream a reality. But for our citizens and our local performers, this vision won't be complete until our Orlando Philharmonic is performing on the Steinmetz stage. By the way, how many of you caught the sneak peek of the Steinmetz Theater in the video? Let's put it back up there for just a minute. Take a look at what this hall is going to look like. In the last 2 weeks, we have taken a giant step forward in achieving this vision. Topping the list, Chuck and Marjorie Pap Steinmetz, their extraordinarily generous gift, which provides real momentum for fundraising. And of course, the announcement that Orlando City Soccer will privately fund a new soccer stadium, which offers Orange County and the city of Orlando the opportunity to partner yet again to help fund that funding gap. Would everyone who has played a part in creating this Dr. Phillips Center please rise so that we can thank you? I mean it. That includes you, Madam Chair. Thank you. I saw that reluctance. Take pride in what you've done. We are awfully proud of you. And along with those here today, we must never forget the hardworking men and women of the tourism industry and how their culture of hospitality and their hard work has helped to fund these venue projects, including this gorgeous Dr. Phillips Center. With our record-breaking 62 million visitors, we continue to be a premier global destination. And just wait until Goa unveils their multimodal hub. When it is finished, it will be the first in North America to connect more than 5 modes of transport, including commuter rail, automated people movers, ground transit, all aboard Florida, and of course, air travel to nearly every spot on the globe. Investing in our tourism and travel infrastructure is so important because let's never forget that even when times were at their most difficult, our tourism economy provided a beacon of light toward recovery. In recognition of their impact on Central Florida, including the 1 out of every 3 jobs that they support, please join me in saying thank you to the leaders of this vitally important economic engine, our friends at Disney, SeaWorld, and Universal. Our hotel industry leaders, including Rich Maladecki of the Central Florida Hotel and Lodging Association, George Agell and his worldwide team of Visit Orlando ambassadors. Thanks to our many robust industries like tourism, Orange County has largely overcome the serious economic concerns of 8 years ago. During the Great Recession, countywide property taxes declined nearly 24%, from $477 million to $361 million. But today, for the 3rd consecutive year, those revenues are on the rise, with projections of nearly $431 million for the upcoming year. And that economic strength is generating attention, with each of the big 3 credit agencies elevating the county's creditworthiness to historic levels. To quote from the Orlando Sentinel, the upgrades reflect the financial world's growing confidence in Orange County's new economic diversity and strength, as well as our resiliency. The upshot of these superior rankings, loan and finance savings in the millions for our taxpayers here in Orange County. Now, please join me in recognizing Eric Gassman, our Chief Accountability Officer, and his entire financial leadership team. Increased credit ratings are very difficult to achieve, but they are so valuable and vitally important. Eric and team, thank you. From housing starts to private sector investment, Activity in Orange County is absolutely soaring, with our theme parks alone investing literally billions of dollars. But the most important measure of all, jobs. And again, the numbers tell the story. Since being elected in 2010, when our unemployment rate was a staggering 11.3%, today we are measuring 4.7%, more than 6 points lower than those difficult days. By these and so many measures, it is clear that the state of Orange County's economy is strong. From the debut of Sunrail and our new Citrus Bowl and the Dr. Phillips Center to more groundbreaking ceremonies than we can keep track of, we are building a thriving community. And there's so much more to come. The Ultimate I-4, the new U.S. Tennis Complex in Lake Nona, the VA's new Medical Simulation Training Center. By working together, we, my friends, are creating history. Thanks to the unwavering commitment of so many private and public sector leaders, including our own dedicated Board of County Commissioners, we are on a mission to create the best place to live, to work, and to raise a family. I am honored to serve with these true public servants who work hard for their constituency and our community each and every day. Please join me again in recognizing our county commissioners. Commissioner Boyd, would you stand so we can thank you? Commissioner Nelson. Commissioner Clark. Commissioner Thompson. Commissioner Siplin. All right, I'm not sure what they're laughing about up in the front row here, these guys, but I gotta tell you, it's not just an honor to serve with them, it's a lot of fun. They are just such a great group of people and such a diversity of strengths and experiences. Now, not with us this morning, I have to mention, is Commissioner Edwards. Somebody always has to miss this. Now that Commissioner Brummer, I can remember that name. Now that Commissioner Brummer's not with us, is Commissioner Edwards. His excuse, he's in Hawaii for his son's wedding. I'm crushed, right? I would also like to take a moment to recognize your County Comptroller, Martha Haney, who, in addition to her many other roles, joins us every Tuesday morning. Comptroller Haney, thank you for what you do. And thank you to all of our constitutional officers. I'd also like to thank our school board chairman, Bill Sublette, and Superintendent Barbara Jenkins, as well as the entire school board. Thank you for your commitment to our children and for preparing them for a bright future. To our partners at the City of Orlando, Mayor Buddy Dyer and the Orlando City Council members, I see we have several here in the audience. Thank you for your hard work, but most importantly, thank you for your partnership. And to all of our mayors and city council members across the county, as well as commission members in Seminole, Osceola, Lake County, Brevard County, with your leadership and commitment, we are setting the new standard for effective regional collaboration and cooperation. Thank you. And let's not forget our outstanding legislative delegation, led by one of this community's staunchest advocates, Senate President Andy Gardner. To our County Administrator, Ajit Lachandani, and my Chief of Staff, Graciela Noriega Jacoby. Now, whoever said that no one is irreplaceable obviously had not had the privilege of working with the two of you. And to the incredible leadership team, at the county and the dedicated staff of over 7,500 county employees, from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of our citizens across Orange County, thank you for your hard work. If I could ask all of our leadership team and county employees that are here with us present today, if you all just stand for just a minute so that the audience can appreciate the people behind the productions that we see here every year. And finally, I'd like to thank my heart, my soul, and the core team of supporters that I rely on day in and day out, my family, my husband, Bruce, my kids, Josh, Max, Lisa, and Chase, my incredibly strong mom. I love you, and I would never have thought about doing this without your 100% support, nor could I possibly do it without your guidance and advice. Few people understand, and I know none of them do, just how important they are. Probably the only person who really knows is Graciela, because there's rarely a day that goes by and never a week that goes by that I don't come in with some aha moment that came about because of something that one of my kids or my husband said. And I would say 90% of the time, they don't even know that they said something. It's the perspective they bring that enlightens and enriches the experience that I have and the wisdom that I can bring to this job. Because the fact of the matter is, they're the reason we do what we do. They are the future we're preparing for. Thank you, children. Thank you, hon. They're not children anymore, they're young adults, but thank you so much. Thanks for taking this public service walk with me. Here in Central Florida, we can be so proud of the solid foundation we're building and of our future as a great American community. We've all seen cities and regions that have had their heyday, wonderful periods of prosperity and achievement, only to fall into sad decline. I see a very different future for our region. I see a future that is filled with creativity and innovation, rich with diversity and a superb quality of life for our children, but even more important, for their children and their children's children. Together, we will make that dream a reality. When I moved here nearly 25 years ago, I soon discovered something amazing about this place. Moving here was like moving home. As many of you already know my story, I'll make it short. I was a homeowner. I was involved in my neighborhood. I had 4 small children, all now young adults. We enjoyed the parks and the libraries together. My life was a little more simple then. No, my life was a lot more simple then, even though I didn't know it. However, 2 critical things happened that changed the course of my life and brought me to where I am here today. The first was a proposed division of my neighborhood by a major roadway, Apopka Vineland Road, and the second was one very well-placed phone call by Mayor Linda Chapin, sitting in the front row. Thank you, Mayor Chapin, for that phone call, and thank you for all the mentoring that you have done with me along the years. You know, because you've heard my story, I won't go into it, but I've got to tell you, the thing that I learned is that you have to work outside of your family, out of your neighborhood. You have to get outside of your comfort zone if you want to make changes in this community. And that getting involved in local government is a vehicle, the vehicle, for the most impactful change you can ever make. When I first decided to run for the county commission, I was motivated by the fact that a small group of people really could make a difference. My neighborhood was living proof of that. And I discovered that not only was Margaret Mead right, but so was Linda Chapin, whose personal phone call and mentoring truly opened my eyes to understand that even though my neighborhood had lost our road battle, we could have a very real and positive impact on the future. At that time, I knew this community was great, but I also believed it could be even greater. Once I understood how I could play a part, I ran for mayor with that thought in the forefront of my mind. And each and every day, our team works to move us closer to that mark. Over the last 4 years, I continued to be amazed by the individuals in this community that step up to the plate and join in that pursuit. Now, admittedly, it's sometimes easier to get things done when you're county mayor. Not always, but sometimes. But there is a genuine commitment on the part of our residents, our faith leaders, our corporate citizens to make this community the best it can be. And that includes taking care of our own by lifting up people and providing hope and opportunity. Look around the room, from left to right, from front to back. Each of you have played a part, from mental health to homelessness, and through partnerships with faith, charitable, and social service partners. We are committed to helping those in need here in Orange County. In particular, we've made great strides in caring for our homeless veterans. Central Florida can be deeply proud of its history with the military, but our debt of gratitude is never fully paid. And today, as too many veterans and their families struggle with homelessness, we are fighting for them as they fought for us. Thank you. Working with regional partners, including our Central Florida Commission on Homelessness, the Veterans Administration, and United Way's Mission United, we have pledged to end veterans' homelessness here in Central Florida and to do it now. With your help, we can and will achieve that goal. For decades, Orange County has been the leading provider of homeless services, budgeting more than $5 million annually. Earlier this year, our commission stepped up and committed another $2 million to that annual amount and helped attract new federal grants to house the chronically homeless. In addition to the nearly 200 chronically homeless individuals that we house, we recently added 40 more units. Thank you, commission members. But helping homeless families and children is even more complex than helping the chronically homeless. From the lack of affordable housing and transportation to bad credit, many times through no fault of their own, the barriers to ending family homelessness can be staggering. That's why, through the Regional Commission on Homelessness, we created the Family Homelessness Committee. And I asked our community's greatest champion for children, you know who I'm talking about, Dick Batchelor, to chair this committee. To partner with that effort, Rulon Munns agreed to bring his heart, his soul, and his leadership to the Orange County Committee, which looks at our safety net of programs. And last month, pastors from around the area, including Pastor Youth, who led our opening prayer, helped us kick off the Open Table program. Open Table brings church families together with homeless families. Through these and other efforts, we will create a path of hope and self-sufficiency for at-risk families. And if I can ask everyone who serves on the Homeless Commission, as well as those who participated in our Open Table, our Regional Commission on Homeless, our service providers, if you would please stand so that we can recognize you for your commitment to those most in need. You know, there are other challenges that are facing today's families, including those dealing with mentally ill youth. Sadly, roughly 1 out of every 10 children suffers from a mental health disorder with symptoms that are very real and sometimes severe. Last year, we announced the creation of our Youth Mental Health Commission, and this year we've moved beyond recommendation phase and into implementation. Now, with the help of our implementation committee chaired by Rich Morrison with Florida Hospital, we're working to get the pieces of this puzzle aligned so that parents know when to ask for help and where to turn. We're keenly aware also of the dangers from domestic violence and how children in this situation are so vulnerable to child abuse. The tragic reality is that 80% of battered women have children in the same situation. In response to this harsh reality, I expanded the scope of our Domestic Violence Commission to include child abuse. Through their efforts, led by Judge Alice Blackwell and Dick Batchelor, working together with our public safety partners, including Chief Judge Fred Lawton, State Attorney Jeff Ashton, and Sheriff Demings, we are working to protect and defend our youngest citizens. To work on this and other critical issues, we're also blessed to have the exceptional leadership of Dr. George Rawls, our new Public Health and Safety Director. I want to take a moment to recognize our Domestic Violence and Child Abuse Commission, as well as our Youth Mental Health Commission, our law enforcement and public safety professionals for their crucial role that they're playing. Thank you. Also, to our men and women in the armed forces and their families here at home, we pay special tribute to all the men and women who are serving us here and abroad. For all of you who have chosen a career that puts your lives at risk to protect our citizens and our way of life, we say thank you. And I'm so proud to say that for the benefit of emergency personnel around the world, we are at the forefront of preparing our military and first responders for this life-saving work. Through our renowned modeling, simulation, and training cluster, which generates nearly $8 billion a year in statewide sales and employs more than 27,000 Floridians, Central Florida is a global leader in training firefighters to warfighters. But I will tell you that that success comes with competition. In recognition of the threats to this industry, including BRAC and other federal realignments, in 2013, I created the MS&T Blue Ribbon Commission, chaired by Wayman Armstrong. To ensure that we retain this vital high-tech sector, the Commission has been working diligently with congressional and legislative leaders. Time for a water break. I'll try not to do a Marco Rubio. Sorry, Marco. It's okay, he jokes about it too. Even this year, with a very difficult legislative session, really one for the history books, there has been a genuine acknowledgement of how valued this sector is, and we are deeply hopeful that we will again be successful in securing significant legislative support for this catalyst industry, thanks to the effort of our MS&T ambassadors, including UCF, the High Tech Corridor, the National Center for Simulation, the Metro Orlando Defense Task Force, the EDC, and our #1 champion in Washington, Congressman John Mica. Also, be sure to mark your calendars for September 16th, when we will be holding our very first Florida Simulation Summit, focusing on the commercialization of MS&T. I look forward to showcasing some of the incredible products and incredible people who are driving this industry, as well as what the future holds for all of us. Another important economic tool that we're investing in is international trade. To connect local entrepreneurs and businesses with the global marketplace, in 2014, we launched the Central Florida International Trade Office as a pilot program. 1 year later, the CFITO is going strong. Funded in partnership by Orange County and JP Morgan Chase, and thank you, JP Morgan Chase, the CFITO streamlines the process for local companies and foreign investors. And just as we're nurturing international trade, we're nurturing the heartbeat of our convention economy, International Drive. Let me give you an idea of what's happening, and more importantly, why. First, the vision. You know, we're always reinventing ourselves, from the theme parks and our cutting-edge attractions to new venues and neighborhoods. We are a community in constant motion, and we're bringing that same sense of exciting change to iDrive. Throughout its history, International Drive has been an acclaimed tourist corridor and convention center location, one we're extremely proud of. But iDrive hasn't always been viewed as a destination for our local residents. That began to change, especially when Point Orlando saw the potential of reaching out to local markets, especially our young people and families. Today, Point Orlando is a mecca for locals and guests from around the world. And iDrive is exploding with entertainment options for Central Floridians, including iDrive 360 and other exciting developments that are in the works. Already, the transformation is underway. But things are changing beyond these highly visible landmarks. As consumers, we're changing. Think about how we develop our regions and neighborhoods today. From our acclaimed Horizons West, where nearly 40% of our home building is taking place, to Baldwin or Avalon Park, today we crave the feeling of being in distinctly authentic settings. Think about our own travels. Whether for family or business adventures, you want to explore the destination, from the parks and the museums to quaint neighborhoods and local establishments. That's what we envision for International Drive's future. An entire region with a distinctly local flavor, overflowing with art and culture, dining and delight. To make this vision a reality, earlier this year I convened an iDrive Visioning Committee. I've asked them to work with our outstanding Orange County planners and convention center staff in crafting a revitalized long-term vision for iDrive, embracing visitors, but also embracing our local families, our entrepreneurs, and our young people. We're dreaming big. We're dreaming of beautiful plazas that flow seamlessly from meeting spaces to dining to living, with interactive art, unique entertainment, and a transformed transportation network. But of course, no discussion of iDrive could be complete without the Orange County Convention Center, a premier destination for business leaders from around the world. As the second largest convention center in the country, we welcome more than 1.3 million annual visitors, supporting 26,000 jobs and generating $2.1 billion in economic impact. But to remain competitive, we must also invest in this asset That's why last year our board authorized a $187 million capital investment project to keep and grow our incredible lineup of convention and trade shows. We are focused on the long-term vision and how the convention center will fit into that broader iDrive vision. From research and our own experiences, we know that our convention visitors want a uniquely local experience, not an impersonal, secluded convention center. The iDrive Visioning Group is already hard at work. We've seen some preliminary concepts, and I can't wait to see the final plan. We're committed to creating a dazzling International Drive entertainment district that will be the envy of the world, a destination that visitors will want to come back to again and again, but more important than that, a place where our local residents will enjoy a unique lifestyle filled with entertainment, dining, and the arts. We've got so many creative minds at work on this project. Please, will the participants of the iDrive Visioning Committee, as well as our Planning and Convention Centers, please stand so that we can recognize your contributions. Thanks to our theme parks and convention center, Orlando is clearly one of the most recognizable regions in the entire world. We have such a positive image, providing the perfect platform for showcasing our never-ending story. To leverage that position and that positive awareness, we're investing in a branding campaign aimed at business decision makers. The reason? To increase employment opportunities today and for generations to come. As our economic development community knows, for companies that are interested in relocating or expanding, Orlando only makes their shortlist about a third of the time. About another third of the time, we don't make the list at all. During our January Economic Summit, we launched the region's new branding campaign, Orlando, you don't know the half of it. And our goal? To make the short list every time, to create more career opportunities for our citizens, to diversify our economy, and ultimately to boost wages. Let's run the tape.
This is Orlando. This is where we believe in magic and fantasies and wishing upon stars and the power of the imagination. This is where we dream, where we think smarter and play harder. So if you think you know all there is to know about Orlando, you're in for a big surprise. Because until you join our community and see all the reasons we're amazing, you don't know the half of it.
I am so proud to publicly thank the EDC, who this community asked to take the lead on this important initiative. And really, there are two individuals who have spearheaded this initiative. Please join me in acknowledging the leadership and the hard work of Rick Weddle and his EDC team, as well as Ken Potrock from Disney, along with a wonderful team of marketing and advertising geniuses he pulled together. Rick, Ken, thank you. We thank you today. Our children and their children will thank you in the future. But more than anything, to build a vibrant economy where creativity, innovation, and opportunity will flourish, we need to invest now in the infrastructure that we need and that future generations will need. From efficient roads to a healthy environment, it's our job, it's our responsibility to invest and invest wisely. Therefore, to ensure that our great county is poised for success for generations to come, today I am proposing one of the largest capital investment projects that Orange County has ever undertaken. Totaling more than $300 million, these investments will be spread throughout Orange County. Next month, I will be presenting a budget that includes a comprehensive initiative involving the construction of roads, parks, pedestrian safety projects, public and fire safety facilities, affordable family housing, and more. The good news is that this proposal will not increase taxes. Through our conservative budgeting and thanks to an improving economy, we are able to identify the annual revenue needed to finance this program from existing sources and to leverage the county's high credit rating and historically low interest rates And before construction costs continue to rise, the time is now to address our infrastructure and public safety needs. This morning, we've talked about so many essential aspects of what it takes to make Orange County great. From a thriving sports, recreation, and arts and culture, to a deep commitment to helping those in need. We are truly your home for life. But more than how you or I are impacted, let's remember why we are doing this. We are doing it for our children, for their children, for their grandchildren. Without question, we are prepared to take our place on the world stage, and we are poised for long-term success. Let's keep today's energy and momentum going by investing in our future and by growing our awesome Orange County culture, a culture of collaboration, a culture of caring, and a culture of creativity. May God bless each of you. May God continue to bless our great country, and may God bless Orange County. Thank you.